So the next practice personality disorder that I want to talk about is a practice personality disorder that generates from just a sole focus on the practice growth systems. And I call this disorder the hole in the bucket practice personality disorder. And I think it's a great metaphor, and it's very, very visual of what happens when you're just focused on practice growth. Well, what does it mean when you're focused on practice growth? It's not a bad thing, right, to focus on that. Focus on your clinical skills. You're focusing on your efficiency as a practice and getting patients through and taking care of the patients and increasing productivity and all those things that help your practice to be more efficient, collecting money, and you do really great with that. But if you only focus on that, a lot of times when I get into practices that are focused on that, it looks like all the assistants are wearing roller skates and the dentists are wearing tennis shoes. They're just moving and moving and moving. They're working really hard and they're doing great work, but because they neglect the business side and they're neglecting the culture, it's like a bucket that has holes in it. You can imagine, you take this bucket down to the river to fill it with water, and you're going to take it up to your garden to water your garden. You fill it with water, and by the time you get up to your garden, half of the water's gone because it's coming out of these holes in the bucket. And that's what happens when you don't focus on business systems. You're not getting the best deals on your supplies. You're not taking care of your accounts payable, and so you're getting late fees and all these little business admin functions that aren't happening because you're so focused on doing the dentistry is causing you to lose money. And all this production that you're doing here, maybe you're not collecting it as well as you could because you don't have the business systems in place. And if you're not focused on the culture in this situation, boy, everybody's getting burned out. You might end up having a lot of turnover and things like that because it's just unsustainable when you're working so hard and you're losing a lot of that culture momentum because the team is just basically being run into the ground. And so if you are in a practice growth systems disorder, a hole in the bucket disorder, then it's important to either get a new bucket or at least plug the holes in the bucket. And you plug those holes by getting some support that you need in your business systems. That could be you focusing on it. I'd suggest you stay focused on your dental practice, but hire somebody like Synergized Dental that actually can take those business services and do them for you at a fraction of the cost that would cost you to have an employee do it for you. So do the business systems, have somebody do that for you, get the reports you need to manage your practice in a smart way, and then also focus more on your culture. Make sure you're rewarding your staff for working so hard and help them to make sure they're getting the breaks they need or whatever it is that they need in this environment where you're working so hard, that it becomes more sustainable and they stay with you for the long haul.